Yo.
Hey, Vato. How's it going?
It's going. I'm just playing a game, having fun.
Very nice. Very nice. I'm also just playing games, having fun at the moment. So, I wanted to interview you because I think you're very interesting for me and the session community in general. And I think we are just starting by you can introduce yourself, who you are, how old you are, stuff like that.
Are we live now?
Yeah, we are live now. I was waiting and playing a game.
Oh, word. Well, my name is Travis Bragg, and I am a game developer who also makes mods for Session. Well, did. I don't as much anymore. Um,
Yeah,
I'm tired like 90% of the time because I don't know what sleep is.
I see. I see. uh, how did you came to modding and gaming in general? Like, what was like your first experiences with gaming? Maybe first, and then how you did came to modding?
Damn, my first experience with gaming like 1993 or something.
Yeah.
My stepdad was big into like building computers, and I played I don't know, some kind of computer games. I don't really remember most of them, but he ended up buying me like a Sega Genesis and a Super Nintendo,
I see.
and played a lot of Mario and Sonic and games of that nature, because that was kind of the era that I started in.
Yeah. Very
But
cool.
you know, when I was younger, I always wanted to make games, but I never knew how to get into it or anything. We didn't have like Google and fucking YouTube like that, shit like that.
Yeah.
Um,
It was a different time back then, for sure. Way harder to get
yeah,
on information than now.
yeah, and then on top of that, nobody thought gaming was gonna go anywhere, so everybody would look down on you when you said you wanted to make games and play games, and
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Of course, no one would take you serious back in the 90s, even in the early zeros. No one would take you
yeah,
serious when you say I'm going to be a game developer. I was like in the same position, like basically as you. The only difference is I didn't take care of UE and stuff. Um,
hmm,
just I didn't have the resources and people to show me stuff, and it was like ridiculously hard to start, and that's why I didn't want to start it. But it was
right.
my dream always to be a game developer. When did you like start with Session? Was you like there from the beginning, or how was it? How did you came to the game?
My wife walked down. I didn't hear what you said.
I ask you like how did you came to Session? Like when did you starting? Was you here like right in the beginning, or did you came later to it?
No, so I found Session. I seen the Kickstarter like ad, but I never like at the time I was broke as shit, so there's no way I was gonna be able to support to it. But I seen it, and then I never heard of the game again for like a few years.
Yeah,
And then I was on Steam one day, and I think I was looking for Skater XL, or maybe I just searched skateboarding or something and found. No, I found Session, and I was like, oh shit, I've been waiting for this, dude. Blah blah blah. Like I picked it up, and then afterwards it's like, hey, other games you might like, and it had Skater XL on there, and I'm like, the fuck is this? I never heard of this. And then so I tried both of them and hated both of them like immediately. But I was also, used to playing skate, so like the twin stick controls was like a huge turn off. Like it
yeah,
was a cool concept, but it was just too hard. And I basically didn't touch either one of them for like another 6 months or so when Skater XL was released for console. And I think Session was released like a month later on console or something like that. But I picked up Skater XL. I was playing that for about a month, and I was told that there was mods on PC, and like I had a PC, I just wasn't a PC gamer at the time,
Yeah.
and I already owned Skater XL and Session on PC, so I hopped on there, checked out the mods. I haven't touched my Xbox since. I actually had started school before this.
Yes.
I was actually already enrolled. I was like, I don't know, maybe 8 months into my bachelor's degree for game design.
Yes.
And when I learned of mods, I started learning like how to make them for Skater XL.
Yes.
And that was my first ever experience with making mods, was specifically for Skater XL. I did some modding on God, what the hell was that game? Borderlands, but it was a different type of modding. There was already tools available, and
I
pretty
see.
much all I had to do was change numbers.
Yeah, I see, I see. It wasn't like really programming, it was more like just copy and
Yeah,
paste, change some sliders, and it will work.
yeah. So it
Yeah,
was modding, just not like in anything in depth at all.
exactly, exactly.
And Skater XL is, I first learned how to like create new textures. I learned how to use Blender because of Skater XL. I started making maps.
I see.
Um, I also started implementing some code into maps. Like I had like doors that would open, and little triggered events,
Oh, that's cool.
rotating fan blades, and like I had a big sewer drain level I was trying to make. I had this big rotating fan blade. You'd have to like thread the needle and shoot through it.
Oh, that's hella cool. Do you have this map still left somewhere, laying around for playing for me?
Yeah, if you have Skater XL.
I will get it like in a week or two, and then I will
Yeah,
try it out for sure.
yeah, it's called Downhill Jam. It's nothing spectacular. I never finished it. It was just kind of something I had started, and then before I ever finished it, I got bored of XL and started playing Session.
I see, I see. Did you have like...
Skit.
Yes? Go ahead.
I'll keep going. Oh, I was
Um,
gonna say Skater XL was a good game at the time, like when I was playing it. Like I had fun with it. I mean, I hate the base game. I couldn't play it without
without mods,
the
it's terrible.
stats menu.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's...
yeah. Without mods, I hated. I bitched like the entire first month I had Skater XL. I bitched about the switch stance. I fucking hate their switch stance,
It was the same
and I
for me.
actually refused. Yeah, I refused to skate switch because the stance was just so stupid to me.
Yeah, the way I came to Session was I looked for a deeper skateboarding game, and I looked around and I found Skater XL, and I was an Xbox player, buy that shit, and I was like, wait, no, that can't be real, no. And then I looked farther around and I catched Session, and that's how I came to Session. That's why I bitched always around in the beginning about Skater XL, because I had that horrible experience of this 3 hours of miserable me trying doing anything in Skater XL.
Yeah, it was not the greatest game. I mean, once it had mods added to it, it was actually not bad.
Yeah,
Um,
I heard it's very
but
good when you mod it. Like,
yeah, like my biggest issue, I can play the game mostly vanilla.
yes,
I can't stand doing like tray flips up to my chest.
I see, I see.
Like that was the biggest problem with me. I don't think their gravity is bad at all. I really just think it's the jump height. Their gravity is technically accurate,
Okay,
but like when you ollie fucking 5 feet high, it's gonna seem like you're in the air for a long time because
yeah,
you have all that upward force.
yeah, of
You
course.
gotta slow down and then come back down. And I don't know, that killed it for me.
I see, I
And
see. Did you like
I
struggle when you begin with modding and stuff? Or was it like everything was like natural to you?
um mapping was different to me. It was fun. I wasn't great at it. I have some maps that like I don't really think are good, but it was good learning experience.
I see. I see.
But like I don't really think the maps are any good. I think they're kind of garbage to be honest. But
But they are a learning
um,
experience. Normally they are garbage when you look back on them, you know. Of
yeah,
course,
yeah,
because you develop your skill set and everything, and you look back at it and think, oh, fuck, I was garbage then, but it's the learning steps. I think that they are
yeah,
the most valuable maps for yourself, but not for everyone else, you know.
right. Yeah, I had a map that like I had I look at the map now and I hate it. At the time I thought it was kind of cool. I hated the textures at the time too, but the map itself I thought was kind of cool. I had like a skate shop on the map. There was like skateboards all over the walls and display case with trucks and wheels and all that. There was
That's
clothing
cool.
hung up all over. I had like a clothes rack that I animated where it would swing one piece of clothing around and then you know, have a nice gap in between swinging the next piece of clothing around,
Yeah, that's
and
very cool.
it would just sit there and go in a circle. And then I had like 4 skate videos playing in the skate shop,
And that's
and
in session? That's all possible?
that was an XL.
Oh, I
Yeah, it's
see.
possible in session.
Oh, that's nice. You need to show me how to do stuff like that when I'm more advanced. I mean, I'm still
Yeah,
learning the basics, but I will hit you up on that for sure. That sounds like
for
very
sure.
cool little things you can add to your map.
There's one map right now I know of that actually has a video in it, and that's the primitive skate park.
Ah, I don't think I played that already. Is it on Illusory?
I don't know the answer to that. To be
Okay.
honest, let's find out. Um, They have a skate video of in there of Paul Rodriguez skating around in the shop.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. Like, that's really cool.
Yeah, it was
Uh,
something I wanted to do before, but what I wanted to set up and I had an old map called Ricoville that Kiba released in Illusory. I fucking hate the map, but
but it has the best
you
word. Like, it feels
yeah,
so good.
people like it. I guess I don't know. I fucking hate it. I can't stand that map.
Yeah, we like it only because of the
Uh,
word part, to be honest. I know two
yeah.
people, me and Sinner, we really like it, but we only like the word there. That's it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bird's pretty solid.
Yeah. What I also wanted to
There's
ask is like, did you get in yourself? Like, did you learn everything on your own, or where
no.
would it help you?
So
Like, or what did help you?
Skater XL when I first started, I didn't really have much help. There was a couple tutorials in the Skater XL modding Discord that kind of like showed me how to get a map into Skater XL,
Yes.
and it had very basic like Blender information.
Yes.
But I ended up watching like a bunch of Blender tutorials to learn more.
Which
Um,
tutorials did you watch? Like, is there like a specific series or one you would recommend that are like very
I
good?
I would always recommend Blender Guru's donut tutorials
Yes.
because he goes over a wide range of things in it. I do not think the whole thing is very beginner friendly because there's some pretty advanced stuff in there. I've been using Blender for like, I don't know, 5 years now or something. And I mean, there's stuff in there that I still don't fully understand that he did in the video.
I see. I see.
But he does go over like a lot of things that can kind of show you what it's capable of, and just having the knowledge that something is possible helps you to get a lot better at something. Because if you need to know how to do something, you know it exists and you know how to find it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Um, the what do you call it? As far as like programming and stuff is concerned, like during my game design degree, I learned C# and Unity Engine. Like that was the majority of what they taught, as far as development side was concerned.
I see. So
Um,
that's
I
also
only,
the like business standard, like C sharp and Unity. Then.
actually, I think they recently transferred over to Unreal.
Okay.
Like the month after I started, they changed the entire curriculum and everything was very Unreal heavy.
Oh, I see, I see. So right after you're finished, they swapped the stuff out. Did I get it
Yeah,
right? I see.
yeah, I went back like after I graduated, they let me audit courses.
Yeah,
So I went back through and retook all the courses that were for Unreal Engine that I didn't get access to. So I mean, I didn't have to get a grade in them. I didn't have to pay for anything. It was just like I'm allowed to go back at any time and audit any courses if anything is new or updated
yeah.
from when I went. They let me audit them for free.
I see, I see. That's cool.
So I spent like 6, 7 months after graduating doing classes that I didn't get access to because they changed the curriculum. And I mean, most of it, honestly, at that point, I had already known because I'd been modding Session for so long at that point
Yeah,
that it really was more of just like, I don't know, refresher courses. It was mostly like beginner stuff to kind of teach people things.
I
But
see.
I did learn things from it, mostly hotkey stuff.
Yeah, you probably learn every time something little, even if it's the
Yep.
most basic stuff. So
Oh yeah. Like when I watch tutorials, I never skip through to try to find like a specific part
yeah,
because as I watch it, there's always something little hidden in there
exactly.
that I can learn that, may not be like a huge, you know, bundle of information, but it's something that in the future could like help me be faster or maybe even help me do something that I couldn't do at the time because I didn't have some little capability that I needed.
I see. I see. Yes. Um,
Your little alien UFO ship thing is tripping me out.
I really love that game, man. I just started playing it again a few days ago and got into the speedrun. It's just so much fun. You need to try that out if you have the chance. Do you have like Game Pass?
Yes.
I think it's on there for like 2 or 3 weeks more. You should really hit it up on your console and try it out. It's just a lot of fun to play.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out. This is looking interesting. I don't know what the hell you're doing.
It's
It looks
it's
interesting.
just flying around and getting from point A to point B mainly. In that level, especially, you need to collect like 3 orbs and go to the endpoint. But it's like the only level you need to collect stuff, and it's mostly about how it feels to play. Like you're this ball, and you can do like 2 things basically, or 3 things, like glide mode or higher the gravity, and you have a double jump, and that's it. It's just a game.
It's very
But
interesting.
yeah. Oh, it's off Game Pass now. But
Yeah. All right.
we will make that work that you can get your hands on the game for sure, Vato. But to be honest, you answered a lot of my questions already I have, and I need to just restructure everything in my head now. Um, yeah, I wanted to ask you if you're aiming for a quote-unquote real developer job. But you asked that already. Um, what are...
I actually have a real developer job at the moment.
Oh,
Um,
who are you?
I work for Next Mission Inc. as a mission programmer on Heroes League Game Day.
What's that game all about?
I'm not allowed to go into too much detail,
Yeah,
but
of course.
it's basically an MMO game for
Yes,
schools. It's specifically designed for schools, for kindergarten through sixth grade students.
I see.
And they play together in teams of like their school, like their whole school is one big team,
Oh, that's cool.
and they can raid other schools, and there's like a lot of missions and mini games in it where they can play around. It's supposed to be educational, but it's not like, math and science and whatever. It's
Yeah.
more so like moral and ethical lessons,
Oh, I like that.
um,
I really like that.
like don't post pictures of people online without their permission, and
Exactly.
things like of that nature, which is
I
things
see.
kids need to learn
Yeah,
because
yeah.
schools don't teach that kind of shit.
Exactly, exactly. That's cool. That's hella cool, man. Really. Other question I really wanted to ask you is like, what do you think needs the game that it's not dying? Like at the moment, it's just dying. Let's be honest.
Skater or session.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Session. Skater XL seems
So
to do very well, but Session is like dying hard.
honestly, all I think session needs to not die is multiplayer, and I honestly I feel like without multiplayer, it's not going to survive long.
Yeah,
And it's sad to say because to me, I think it's a really good game, but I mean, you can only do so much in the game, and you know, there's only so many spots, and you're on your own. There's no like, I mean, even NPC skaters would like help. You know, it would help. It wouldn't make it, you know,
yeah,
playable to the point where you wouldn't want to quit, but it would help not feeling so like alone in this big ass city.
that's true. That's true. If the peasants has the options to also skate, you mean how they did it in Skate 3, like
Uh,
something like that?
yep.
Yeah, that would help a lot actually. And is there a
Um,
way to do that without like learning the whole UE and stuff?
without no,
Without no.
no,
Okay,
no. You would need to do quite a bit of programming, animations,
I see.
yeah, the
So
animation
you
blueprints.
can't just take the animations from the vanilla model and say NPC do that. Like
Well, you could. You could use the game's animations. You could, you know, use their animation blueprint and set things up like that, but you would still need the programming to, you know, tell it when to do things.
I see. I
And
see. Yes. That seems like a lot of work. And
yeah,
yeah,
and personally, I think it's harder to mod a game than it is to actually just work on a game, because when you work on a game, you have full access to all
but
of the code, all of,
exactly.
you know, at the assets, everything. And it's easier to know how to like work with things because you can manipulate what's already there to include what you want to add.
Yeah,
Whereas modding, you usually have to find workarounds to make things work, and it can be very frustrating, but it's also a really good learning experience because you have to do a lot of debugging with modding, like a
yeah,
lot.
that's true. That's true. Okay, let me see through my questions I have here on my side. I have a viewer question, and the viewer wanted to know what languages you're able to use, like which programming languages you're able to type and use.
Me
Like,
specifically, or
yeah,
in Unreal.
no, you specifically as a person, what you are able to
Oh,
do, because he is very
I
interested
know
in.
I know C sharp and Lua,
Yes,
and I have been starting to learn C++.
I see, I see. Because I have no clue about the differences in the languages, but it's actually the guy that made that automod thing.
Oh,
He,
nice.
he was really interested in what you are able to do.
Yeah, I need
Um,
to. I still haven't taken a peek at that. I need to. I've been kind of busy and
oh no,
enjoying
no
playing
problem.
Elite Dangerous lately.
You take your time. We already figured some stuff out we need to do better, and we are just constantly updating and uploading the newest version to GitHub. So you're
Yeah,
fine. Just take a look when you ever find time for it.
right. And
So
you said that was in C sharp,
yeah,
so I
it's
should be able
made in
to
C
read it, no
sharp.
problem.
Yeah, exactly. And he tried to be doing everything very cleanly and done. You will see what he did probably and understand it even better than me. I just did the UI thing for the program. That's all. Like,
Oh,
and
nice.
I had like the idea. Like, I was like the inspiring spark of it. Like, let's do that. And he was like the execution of it. It's like
Nice.
that. And he is like a real friend of mine. I know him like a decade. And yes, that's how
Nice.
that was going to do. And we are about like in a month or so. We are ready to release it. I think I'll make like the quote unquote dummy tutorial that everyone can understand it, and try to make it as easy as possible.
Gotcha. Yeah, that'll help the modding community too a lot.
Exactly. That's perfectly wrapping up my next question, and it's how do we make modding more accessible? What can we do that people are like have an easier entry to, let's say, map building and modding in general?
Um, well, map building is gonna, that's I would say map building is like near the hardest.
Yes,
Like actual gameplay modding would be what I would consider the hardest types of mods, and like texturing being the easiest.
yes,
Um, from what you explained to me about this mod loader thing, I think you guys got texturing kind of handled.
yeah, exactly.
Um, Materials do take a little bit extra because textures do not need to be in specific folder structures to work properly,
Oh, I
but
see. I
and
didn't
that's
know
only
that.
because Session Mod Manager, when you import a mod, it recognizes the name of the file in game, and
Yes.
it'll put your files where that file is located.
Oh, I understand. So it fixes itself if the quote-unquote user does a mistake.
Yes.
Oh,
Well,
that's very nice.
only with textures though.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Of
Uh,
course, of course.
Anything that references something else, like for example, a material will reference a texture. The texture it references has to be in the right location in the project, and the material has to be in the right location, because if you import it into the game,
Yes.
it's going to move to the locations that the game wants it in, and then it's going to look in wherever you had it in your project, wherever you had it located, it's going to look there for that file. And if Session Mod Manager moved it somewhere else, it's not going to find it, and the mod's going to break.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean that makes totally sense.
So anything but textures, you pretty much have to set up the proper folder structure to match the game files.
Would that be possible with a program? Like, let's say we make a program that just makes you a folder structure, and you just can import like the materials and everything. That would help, right?
Yes.
Because
I
that
don't
should be
know
able
on
to. We should.
like software development. I
Yes.
don't know a whole lot about like a lot of things that are different in software development compared to game development.
Yeah,
Um,
there is my friend Sani is like he's learning application programming right now. Like he is making the shoe for it, and he probably can help me and probably also you out if you have any questions. I can send you his Discord after, so
okay.
feel free to just DM him if you ever have any questions about programming. I think he is very happy to help out there. I'm pretty sure that's good for him.
Now I know that like I use U model and F model, two
Yes,
separate programs, but both of them can read the pack file for the game and show you like folder structures and assets.
exactly.
Um, you get, it's very, very limited what you can actually see in those. Um, F model you can actually see more than U model, but you still don't have access to everything, at least code related.
I see.
Uh, but like as far as assets, you can pretty much access all of the like physical assets and textures, materials, models, um, and you can see a lot of their details, so you can kind of replicate them the way you need to. It'll show you all the folder structure, so you'll be good there. I'm sure they're, because they have a way of seeing that, reading that pack file and setting up that folder structure, I'm sure there would be a way to do that with a program that would implement into Unreal and like automatically set up your folder structure for you.
Oh, we do that. Actually, we have the automod loader, if I understand that correctly. We ship like U model, and you link your Unreal with it, and that makes everything automatically. Like it imports and makes your folder structure and everything that's working already. So
Perfect.
that should be not a big deal to make that also available for like not textures, materials and stuff. So that
Right.
should be really easy, actually, when I understand it right how the stuff works. But I'm not like the man that knows how the stuff works. It's Sunny, actually.
Right. Yeah, see, textures are pretty much just searching files and folder structures. Like that makes sense. When
Yeah,
it's gonna get harder is like materials. Some materials are masters, and like they have all of their information in them, and then some of them are instances where they have a parent object, and the parent object needs to be set up first, and then the instance can be made, and it'll utilize all the information from the parent,
I see.
and that's something that would be needed to be taken into account when creating those.
Yes. I mean, I understand maybe half of it, to be honest, but I will just
Hmm.
link the VOD to Zenny, and he will totally get what you said here. So, and he will
Right.
can work with that. To be just straight up honest with you, you know.
Has he worked with Unreal before? Like, is he
I'm
familiar with
not sure.
Unreal workflow?
I think he has a basic understanding of Unreal, and he was more into Godot, if you know that engine.
I have used Godot, yeah.
Yeah, I think he was more into that, but he is more like into programming bots in particular, like applications. But he is a very quick learner and has a decent understanding of basics, how stuff works.
Okay, well, he should understand that. I'm assuming he understands object-oriented programming
I think
and
so, yes.
yeah, that's the type of things that basically like an object is like a container that holds information, and you can have another object that inherits its information.
I see. I see. I mean, he was
And that,
also the guy who asked if you can attach code to meshes and stuff because he wanted to do something with it. So,
um, yeah, you can make a blueprint, which is it's basically a visual script, and it can contain like variables for like meshes and materials and textures, and like
I
you
see.
can add a mesh to the blueprint. So you can have like say you have a box. Well, here's a good example. I was working with somebody. They're making a skate park where the rails in the park lift up and down,
Yeah,
and the blueprint itself contains two meshes. One's like the base of the rail, and one's the top part that moves up and down. And inside the blueprint, there's code in there that when you get close and push certain buttons, it forces the one object to lift higher or lower, and that is something that can be created for pretty much anything you can imagine, to be honest.
I see. I see. Okay, I have like only two questions left, to be honest, and one of them is like, are you also skating in real life? Because I recognize a lot of dudes and girls like skating also in real life when they play session and stuff, and I never heard if you skate in real life.
I used to. I don't really much anymore. I need to. I need to get out there and fucking lose some weight, because I had surgery a couple years ago, and since then I also quit smoking at the same time. And since
Oh,
then I've been doing nothing but fucking gaining weight.
I see. I see.
So, so that's something I need to do. But yeah, I skated for like, I don't know, 24 years or something.
Oh, jeez, that's quite some time.
Yeah, I'm trying to find my video right now. It's like 11 years old or something.
Oh yes, DM it to me, and I will pull it up on stream when we finish the like interview, for sure. Really curious to see it. And like the last question I have on my list is like, what do you do besides gaming? Like, I know now you're like working as a developer and stuff, and I know you have kids and a wife. But I'm really curious. What are your hobbies? What are you doing? What is Vato besides a game dev and modding person?
So when I'm not playing games, I'm making games. I mean, like literally, that's pretty much it.
I see.
I don't really do anything else. I got an office at my house, and I'm in here pretty much all day. Um, I have like a balance board in here I use to, kind of stand up and stretch a little bit. But
Yeah.
um, yeah, I mean, I work on my game for work. I have a platformer game I'm working on. Make mods for session and
I see, I see.
um,
So you're basically like me, just staying inside on your computer, doing stuff with it all
oh
day
yeah, I
long.
fucking hate going out in public.
Yeah, same is for me. Sometimes I need to because of my job, but yeah, it is what it is, you know.
Honestly, I'm happy that I don't have to leave for my job. I get to work from home. I get to go in my office and get stoned and
Yeah,
make characters do things.
yeah, man. And you said you have a jump and run platforming game in development?
Yeah, I just recently got it set up on Steam.
Man, you need to let
So,
playtest me that. I really love platformers. I'm really big into platforming games.
you ever played Super Meat Boy?
Yeah, of course I played Super Meat Boy.
The game is basically Super Meat Boy with in 3D with a human instead of a meat wad, so to
Wait,
speak.
gimme access, please, please, please.
It's really early right now. I can give you a link for it here in a bit.
Yeah, yeah, and I
Um,
don't will play it on stream or so, so don't worry.
oh no, you can. It don't matter.
I see, I see.
Um, I I haven't done anything as far as artwork is concerned.
Yeah,
So like the UI is all very generic, and like all the meshes in the world are like blockouts. They're just grid textures and nothing fucking fancy
I
yet.
see.
I have very very generic everything. I was really working on like the core of the programming so that I could get everything working the way I wanted.
Yeah, to be honest,
So far,
yes.
everybody that's played it has had fun with it, even though it looks like shit.
I mean, to be honest,
So
if the gameplay core is good, textures doesn't matter in the first place, and that's some you always can fix. If the gameplay in the core is shit, you can have the best textures ever. It will be shit, you know.
yep.
So I really like that the focus is on core game design. I'm always in for stuff like that. And if you need
Yeah,
like help with your UI, let me know. Like I'm really big into UI and map design. Like for the last 3 years, I basically did nothing else than study UI and map design. So just let me know.
yeah. I got hooked up with Steam because I want to implement leaderboards because it's supposed to be like a speedrunning type game.
Oh, yeah.
So I started learning C++ because Steam's API is in C++ and it's not natively available to Blueprint in Unreal.
Uh huh.
And there's a plugin I can buy that I am gonna buy, but that makes it visible in all blueprints.
I
So I
see.
can use it in blueprints better, which I understand how to blueprint. I don't really understand how to write C++.
Yes.
Learning, but it's still,
Yeah, it's a
very
pain. I
little
heard.
knowledge of it.
Like I heard it's a real pain. Senny was like, oh no, that poor dude. when I was telling him that you're learning C++ right now because I saw it on a stream.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's interesting. There's things I don't understand, but it's I'm getting there. I'm learning little stuff. And
Yeah.
that's all that matters.
If
But
you if you have questions to C++ and you just can solve it, you always also can ask that dude. I will invite you to our team server, and you will find him there under the leader sections. So maybe
okay.
he can help you out with some stuff. I don't know, but he is very knowledgeable.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll work. Oh, these guys left. I'm going to get this leaderboard figured out so that people can, have their global and local scores and be able to compete with each other and, blah, blah, blah. And then I'm going to have about 10 levels ready, and that's when I'm going to release it on Steam. And then after that, I'll work on some, like, DLC type scenarios, extra levels.
I see.
I was speaking with Narkilly, and one of the things we were talking about possibly adding would be, like, a user-generated, like, map creator, so people could make their own maps.
Oh yeah,
to
that's
put out
fire.
for like leaderboards and shit.
That's really fire, and that's what really makes keeping a game alive, like on a long term. That's really nice. You really need to let me know when that stuff is ready. Okay, I don't think I have any questions left. Is there something you maybe want to know about me or something?
Sorry, what was that? Wifey was talking to me.
No problem, no problem. I just said I don't have any questions left. Maybe if you have any questions to me, you just can ask them now. And if not, we are going to close it, like here, the interview.
Yeah, I don't think I have any questions.
I see, yeah. So, it was a real pleasure that you're here. And is there any way people can like support you? Do you have like a PayPal or something? Then,
I have a PayPal and a Patreon. I haven't been doing much. I've actually told a lot of people that they can go ahead and like unsubscribe and stuff because, at one point, I was making like the physics menu, and I was putting a lot of effort into that.
yeah,
And people would sub to me on Patreon, and I'd give them early access to the mod. Um, I had some lashback because people don't like when they have to pay for things, and they were getting pissy and angry because I should make it free and blah blah blah. And it was never charged
yeah,
for it. Like nobody had to sub, and the intention was always to release it free, which it is free. And on top of that, I added all the code into Illusory so people can continue adding to it, like Mark McFly has.
yeah.
And like that was always the intention. It was just like while I was working on it, because of how much effort I had to put into it, I just was hoping
I
people would
mean,
hook it up with
that's
a little bit to
understandable.
help me keep going.
I mean, that's completely understandable. We also did something in the Automat. Like, I think it's buy me a coffee or something. I don't know the site. You just can tip something. And what we are going to do is, like, if you want the, like, newest version of it, you're gonna pay, like, $5 per month. But if you're fine with the second latest version, that will be always be free. Like that's how we
Right.
are going to do it with the Automat, and if people are bitching around about it, they should bitch around about it. I mean, go and do it in yourself. Sani spent like
Yeah.
around 100 hours to program that fucking shit, you know?
Yeah, I know how it is. I had a moment of irritation during making that physics menu where I had like in 1 week I had like 5 or 6 people just really go in on like trying to put me down and make me look bad for giving early access to Patreon supporters.
Yeah,
And I was like, all right. I'm like, you guys want a free version? I was like, I will get you a free version. So me being as petty as I am, I made a version where when you try to open the menu, a UI pops up that said I can't remember word for word, but it said something along the lines of, I'm sorry, while trying to make this, I ran out of money to pay my internet bill, so this is all I was able to get to you. I hope you enjoy. And then it turns your game off.
I like that type of humor. Oh, that's right up my alley. Oh, so good. It was really nice to have you on here, man, Vato. I'm going to cut that and upload it to YouTube if that's fine for you, and link your like Patreon on it. Just give it over to me, and I will link that, and I will also link it in chat right now.